Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the weekly top 10. We go over the top 10 highest yielding funds of all the funds we cover. We cover over 160, so hit the like just for that. We're also going to talk about the top 10 total returners. Very different list of the funds we cover. And I'll tell you what I'm going to buy based on these lists. And it's not on these lists, but we'll get into that. Anyway, let's jump right in. This is the top 10 yielders based on yield, not total return. Number 10. Oh, I did something here. Hang on. Let me just do that. Uncover that. All right. Number 10 is HOYY. And let's do this. Okay, HOYY, that's Yield Boost. They've paid 31 cents down to 30 cents down to 26 cents, so the yields are dropping, but the price dropped. The market's tanked. Still a 162% yield. They were number 8. They've dropped to number 11. By the way, number 10 last week was HMYY from Yield Boost. They were number 10. Now they're off the list. They're actually 11th. So something to consider. And if I do this, I don't have to go crazy here. So number 9, perfect. QBY, Yield Boost. Qubits, put credit spreads, capped on the upside, massive yield. 167% annualized yield based on the last 3 distributions, which is what we use for our yield, and the current price, which is $12.26 per share. 167% yield. They were number 6. Now they're number 9. Total return's negative, so we won't even talk about that. In fact, let's do... Well, if I go remove... Yeah, if I do this, we can see the total returns. Let's just do that. We won't talk about what they're paying. You guys know that. All right, so number 8, right? It says 9, but number 1 is the headings. So number 8, down from number 3, that's a big move, is Yield Boost Rigetti, RGYY. 169% annualized yield, total return negative. And I'll just give you a hint. The total return on all of these is negative. Some over 100%. You're not going to lose more than 100% of your money. Not financial advice, that's my opinion. But they're new funds. So it's just calculating based on their drop, they're going to go below 0. So take that as you want. But anyway, number 7... down from number 5 is another Yield Boost fund on MSTR, MIDI. MSTR is the weirdest stock I've ever seen. They are the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been in the toilet, and I think it's going to go down even further, even though Friday was good. But it's just weird. I mean, it's been hammered lately, and then it was up a massive amount on Friday. So anyway, if you own any MSTR funds, hang on. So MIDI is paying 169.17% annualized yield based on the last 3 distros and the current price. And it's actually not the last 3 because the third one hasn't paid yet. It pays Tuesday. So based on the last 3 declarations, then MIDI is at 169, total return negative. Number 6. Yeah. I can't do math in my head. Defiance, another Mr. Fund, MST. This thing reverse split and it didn't reverse split enough. I think it was 1 for 4 when it was at $2, so it went to $8. It's back to $2. I used to own this. I love the yield, and but it was just very nerve wracking to be in any MSTR fund. So I did get rid of that in December. Little tax loss harvest, and but it's paying 170% annualized yield. It was unranked last week. It is now number 6. Negative total return. Number 5 is Yield Boost Rigetti, RTYY. And by the way, they're not all Yield Boost, the top 10. I think it was last week, but they are not. No, maybe there was one, but anyway. So RTYY is paying 173% annualized yield. These all pay weekly, unless I tell you otherwise. I think there's a monthly in there, but they were number 7. They are now number 5, so that's good. Negative total return. All right, number 4, Yield Boost IonQ Fund. Again, Yield Boost trades double leverage underlyings. So the IonQ 2X fund is IONL, and they do put credit spreads on that. The ticker's IOYY, 176% annualized yield. So you're making bank income, but your total return is negative. Just keep that in mind. Annualized negative 63%. I do total return with reinvestment, which is negative 73. Total return without reinvestment, negative 54. So if you own that, you may not want to reinvest the dividend back into the fund. Let it settle. But anyway, okay. Number 3 is Yield Boost Mara Strategy, MAAY, May, 177% annualized yield, negative total return. They were number 4. Now they are number 3. Down from number 1. Coinbase Strategy from Yield Boost, COYY, 181% annualized yield based on last 3 and the price of $4.99. That was Friday's close. Negative 81% annualized total return. Again, it hasn't been a year yet. None of the funds we've talked about have been in a year yet. And then number 1, highest yielding fund for this week based on the last 3 distros, current price. It's ICOI again. It was number 9. It's back to number 1. It's monthly. They had a nice rally on Friday, as did Coinbase. They do covered calls on Coinbase. They pay monthly, but we annualize it based on 12 months, 188% yield. Their distributions have gone down. I mean, since inception, pretty much. So we'll keep an eye on that. I used to own this. I don't own this anymore. The ones I do own are May, so we'll turn that back to blue. And I think that's the only one I own of the top 10. I own HMYY, which was 10. So ICOI, 188% yield. But look at this, negative 30%. This is all annualized if you reinvest. If you don't, it's positive 11% total return. So we average those two, it's negative 9%. But if you own this and you're not reinvesting it, your total return is up. You're taking the distros out, putting them into something else, or taking them in cash and living off of it, whatever. So that's the top 10 yielders. Now we're going to sort by top 10. Before I do that, this is what I'm buying. What I do is I look for the highest yield that has positive total return. Average drip, no drip. 11% doesn't cut it because the reinvestment is negative percent. So you just go down, highest yield, we're looking at total return, and there it is. SEMY from Yield Boost. Semiconductors, they do put credit spreads on Soxel, which you know we wheel. 147% annualized yield, 48% annualized total return. Now, it hasn't been in around a year yet. In fact, let's look at that on Drip Calculator. So you can get a feel for kind of what we're talking about here. All right, so they launched in November 18th. Nothing great there. So it's what, 3 months in? Launched at $24.49. I assume 25. I don't know how they calculate that, but it's now at $19.92. If you reinvest, you started with 408 shares. This is 10,000 investment. You now have 560 shares. You've been paid $6.92 weekly. I mean, every week, and it adds up to $6.92. Your total return is 11.66% in 3 months. Annualized, that's 53%. So your 10,000 is now 11,166. If you didn't reinvest, same starting price, same ending price, same distributions, but you have the same amount of shares, 408.31. So the total return is 9%, a little lower. 43% annualized gain. Your 10,000 is now 10,961 in 0.22 years. I'm bullish on semiconductors. I love Soxel. I love put credit spreads. Yes, you're capped on the upside. That's why we do wheel on Soxel. So you're not. We're milking Soxel for some upside there as well. Yeah, we sell covered calls, but we do own the shares. So anyway, a little different there, but that's what I'm buying this week as far as funds. And I'll do options next week. I will be on Retire on Dividends channel Monday morning, 6 a.m. when he does his options roundtable. And I'm going to talk about my zero DTE trades. I did one Friday, worked out great. It's like over 1,000% annualized. I think it was like 7% for the day. But we'll talk about that. Let's go to total return. We're going to sort by total return. Again, 163 funds, I think, that we cover. And there they are. I blacked them out already. Let me just shrink that down a tiny. There we go. Okay. So, off the list, AMDW from Roundhill. That's their AMD fund. They were number 6. They are now off the list, but they have a 49% annualized total return and an 81% annualized yield. So for those of you who say you can only get 30% yield to have positive growth. Not necessarily. So let's go through them, and we'll talk about the yields as well. So number 10, and I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Boom. Is the Rec Shares Eli Lilly Fund. This has been on and off the list. It was unranked last week. It is now number 10. 37% yield, 54% annualized total return. Again, that's an average drip, no drip. Drip is dividend reinvestment, for some of you. Number 9. Another Rex fund, NVII, 42% yield, better total return, 62% annualized. Again, these funds are not, they've not been around a year. This is just based on if it was annualized. They were number 9. Now they are still number 9. Number 8. Still number 8. Yield Max, Palantir Fund, Platy. I still don't understand the hate with Yield Max. They're doing their job. It's it's a synthetic long and covered calls. Yes, capped on the upside. No downside protection. When the underlying sucks, the Yield Max fund will suck, as we know. The Palantir has not sucked. So Platy, 51% yield and 72% annualized total return. It's been around longer than a year. So that's, in fact, I want to show you that real quick. Platy. PLTY. Look at this. Now if it opens. All right, not going to open. We'll try one more time. But there we go. Launched October 8th of 2024. So a year and almost 6 months, a year and a half. 1.33 years. Launched at 51 bucks. It's at 38 bucks. And a lot of people say, yep, NAV erosion, look at that. It's paid. Well, if you reinvest all the distributions, your 194 shares is now 547 shares. It's paid $66. It's not down $66. Total return is 110% since inception, but it's been more than a year, so we annualize that 75%. Your $10,000 is now $21,000, more than doubled your money if you reinvest. If you didn't, same starting price, 51 bucks. It's now 38. Still paid you 66 bucks. You just reinvested that somewhere else or taken it in cash. Your total return is 103%. Annualized is 70% because it's been more than a year. But that's awesome. Your 10,000 is now 20,314. You still doubled your money. It was better if you reinvested them, but some of us can't. You're living off of it. So, but that's awesome. And that's yield max. So I don't want to hear it. All right. They were number 8. They are now still number 8. Number 7, still number 7, is Curve Gold. K Gold. 10% yield, not crazy, but an 85% annualized total return. We know what gold has done lately. I'm still bullish on metals, but they just went up so fast. They had to come down some, but I'm still very bullish on the metals. All right, number 6 was unranked, moved up in the world. Another rec share, Walmart, consumer staple. And this is growth and income. They have a synthetic, buy, call, sell, put at the money, usually, and then they sell calls on half of the synthetics. So you're still a little capped on the upside, but not as much. You can get, if the synthetic goes up, blows through your calls, you're only selling calls on half of the position. So anyway, 20% yield, 93% annualized total return. Awesome. Number 5, remaining at number 5, is the Roundhill Gold Fund, another gold fund, GLDW. 37% yield, 95% annualized total return. Awesome. Number 4, remaining at number 4, Chippy, Yield Max. Come on. 46% annualized yield, way above their inception price, 112% annualized total return. I want to look at that one real quick. Chippy. All right, so, my Wi-Fi's slow. Okay, there it is. Launched April of 2025, so it's about, 10 months in? 0.83 years is how they calculate it. Launched at 41.66. I don't know why it's like that. I think it was 40 bucks. It may have been 50 bucks, or I don't know where they get this from. Maybe it's adjusted for I don't know. I'll look into that. Anyway, it's at 59 now. If you reinvest, your 240 shares is now 334 shares based on 10 grand. So it's up 18 bucks. It's paid 18 bucks. That's 100%. Less than a year, so annualized, it's 120. Your 10,000 is now 20,000 in 10 months. If you did not reinvest, it's a little lower, but not terrible. Same launch price, same current price, still got $18. You just moved it somewhere else or took it out as cash. Total return is 87%, annualized 105%. Your 10,000 is now 18,000. Awesome. So I love Chippy. I don't own Chippy because I like Semi better. I'm an income investor. It's paying higher yield and still has positive total return. Not this good, but yeah, that's Chippy. That's Yield Max. All right, so number 3, down from number 2. Again, this is total returners, regardless of yield, is GooW. I do own this, so I can put it back in blue. $72. It launched at 50. Google, come on, 37% yield, 140% annualized total return. I love this fund, and it was down Friday, I believe. But it's Google. It's Mag 7. Very bullish on all the Mag 7. Some of them are, are down. I don't care. All right, so number 2. And that is up from number 3. Round Hill Gold Miners Fund, GDXW. We got 3 gold funds in here in the top 10, right? GLDW, K Gold, yep, GDXW. $59 above launch, 65% yield, 141% annualized total return. Awesome. I mean, if you want some metals exposure, which I do, which is, I'll get into number 1. Number 1, remaining number 1 is Curve Silver. I like silver better than gold. My own opinion, not financial advice, because of the utility of silver. I think silver is used a lot more, especially with AI coming out. Solar panels use a lot of silver. Now, when silver goes up too much, they'll stop using silver. They'll start using copper, in my opinion. But very bullish on silver. And K-Silv, and this one's monthly, so we do times 12, 20% annualized yield, not terrible, but 176% annualized total return. I do reinvest, so I'm looking at 179% annualized total return on that fund. It's my second largest holding, I believe. It's, flip-flops with another one that we do talk about on Thursdays. So that's the list. I'm buying SEMY because it's got the highest yield with positive total return. Will it remain positive? I don't know. Depends on semiconductors, Soxel. But that's what I'm doing this week. And I'll do some option stuff, which I may or may not talk about. You guys don't watch a lot of the options videos, but I can if you want. Let me know in the comments. Remember, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. This is mine. I share it with you for free. So do hit the like, subscribe, bell notifications, turn that to all so you get all my videos. I usually do a premiere, so you'll get a 30-minute warning when the video is going to come up. I will be in the live chat during the video when it premieres. And then if you can't catch it at that time, that's fine. Just watch it later and let me know. So we haven't played the song in a while, so I am going to go to Suno. And if you guys don't use Suno, it's free. I have a paid version because it gives you the whole song. But yeah, so I'm going to play the video. I am going to pull up I like to do these little loop videos. You can search by finance. That was the last one we did. Let's see what they got in here. What do you want to see? The Super Bowl's tomorrow. Let's look at football. Oh, and pulls up soccer. I'm in America. Football is this thing here. Is it going to show anything? Or is it... Oh, that's slow-mo. Clicker now. Back. Yeah, well, internationally, it's football is a soccer ball. How about Super Bowl? And we'll just play that while we play the song and then close it up. Yeah, that's pretty lame there. We'll just go back to financial stuff. Financial. That's the channel, right? There's plenty of good ones. How about this one? Play it. It's 15 seconds. It just runs in a loop. All right. We're going to do that. We're going to play the song. Have a great day. I'm going to do a deep dive into a new fund tomorrow. You have to wait to find out. I'm interested in it. It is not a income fund. But I'll explain that tomorrow. It'll be real quick. Jump on there and let me know. So here's the song. We'll play the video. Have a great day.
Max, yield boost, stacking premiums, that's my lane. Options on a leash, every contract on a chain. Curve on the side, yeah, we surfing in the flows. Bit wise on the block, crypto income as it grows. Tap alpha in my ear, data whisper in the play. I don't chase hype, I let the yield lead the way. Defiance in my DNA, I'm built to break the mold. They say it's too risky, I say watch the story unfold. Income blast from total capital, that's my bomb. If checks detonating, but my mind stay calm. They call it reckless, I call it the edge. Risk managed tight while I'm walking the ledge. Every X-date circle like a ritual we keep. While they chase dreams, we get paid in our sleep. We get paid like degenerates, cash flow limitless. Top 10 yielders on the screen, all conspicuous. Top 10 returners, drip or no drip, that's the flex compound. Every cent turn the future to a check. We get paid like degenerates, charts all rigorous. X-funds humming that cash stream continuous. Yield so heavy, broke the metrics, broke the estimates. Welcome to the realm of the dividend degenerate. I'm scrolling through the funds like a DJ with a crate. Curve, bitwise, yield max, line them up, rotate. Rex shares on repeat, that's the volatility spin. Turn the fear into a paycheck, that's a degenerate win. Tap out for calling plays, I just listen, execute. X funds, information, whole squad looking astute. Income blast from total capital on deck. Distributions like confetti, let it rain on my checks. Yield boost, engine revving, let's F and go on this ride. Every dip is a discount, that's a gift from the tide. We ain't chasing mean dreams on a one-night stand. We're building empires off the income on demand. Every red candle, that's a markdown, not a fear. Defiance in the strategy, we double down here. Top 10 yielders, top 10 returners, that's the code. Drip or no drip, either way, watch it explode. Bit wise to the curve, see the sectors interlace. Income blast, symphony deals all over the place. From Rex to yield max, this the path that we chose. Let's F and go, we get paid while the story unfolds. We get paid like degenerates, cash flow limitless. Top 10 yielders in the frame, all infamous. Top 10 returners, dripping no drip, still we grow. Dividend degenerate, say it with me, let's F and go. We get paid like degenerates, charts all meticulous. Rex yield, max yield, boost, every move deliberate. Yield so